Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're back here on Call of Duty World War II. So the fourth and final map pack went live on the PlayStation 4 yesterday, but that was completely overshadowed by the fact that Modern Warfare 2 became backwards compatible. Pretty much everybody and their mother has gone back to play Modern Warfare 2. Even people on the PlayStation 3, like they're dusting off their PS3s to go back and play Modern Warfare 2, and it's really cool to see the entire community embracing an old game like that again. But there's still a lot going on with this game, with Call of Duty World War II, and that is going to be the focus of this video. So like I said, the new map pack is live for PlayStation users, and it will be available for Xbox and PC users on September 27th, which is exactly 15 days before the release of Black Ops 4. So you can see why lots of people aren't super excited about that DLC. The release window is just way too tight with Black Ops 4 coming out 1 month earlier than normal, and of course we have the Blackout beta right around the corner. But one thing I think everybody is excited about would be the brand new event, which was accidentally leaked by Sledgehammer Games. So I'm sure most of you guys already heard about this, but there are two brand new weapons coming to the game in the relatively near future. We don't know exactly when. If you play on the PlayStation 4, you can actually access both of these new guns by using the Wanderlust basic training in public matches. Now keep in mind, Sledgehammer may actually patch this, so try to take advantage of it while you can, but if you run Wanderlust in public matches and keep swapping your weapons, you will eventually get the two new guns. The new guns are actually the Proto X1 submachine gun and the VMG 1927 light machine gun. We also have the AS-44 assault rifle, but that can be earned by prestiging the Commando division, which is live on all platforms, so I'm not sure that counts as an event-specific weapon, but either way, 2 or 3 new weapons are going to be coming to the game, depending on how you look at it. Now, the big question on everybody's mind right now is, when is this new event going to go live? Well, if we look at the War Machine DLC, I think we will find our answer, because the War Machine map pack released on April 10th, but we didn't have a new event or any new weapons, which was really odd. But then 1 week later, on April 17th, we of course got the Blitzkrieg event. A big reason why the event was delayed was because Operation Shamrock and Nod just ended right before the War Machine DLC came out, and they likely wanted to give us a chance to build up some arm raid credits before the new event went live. If there's always an event going on, then the events stop feeling special, and fans become less likely to actually take them seriously or spend money on them, and I think that's the reason why there's usually a gap in between the events themselves. And as you guys know, Call of Duty Days of Summer just ended yesterday, so it seems likely that Sledgehammer Games is going to wait at least a week or maybe even 2 weeks before giving us the final event for Call of Duty World War II. It's worth mentioning that they have confirmed that they will continue to support the game as long as people are playing it, but I really don't see them dropping any big new events during the Black Ops 4 lifecycle. Like, as you guys know, Black Ops 4 comes out in early October. I don't see Sledgehammer Games dropping a big Halloween event on us while Black Ops 4 is out. It seems like that would just cannibalize some of the sales for Black Ops 4, and typically Activision does not want these studios competing with one another, right? So I don't personally see them doing that. I think they will bring back Winter Siege when the time comes. I think they will bring back things like Operation Shamrock. Now, those things will eventually come back next year for Call of Duty World War II, but I don't think we're going to be getting anything big in terms of new content, like new weapons, new events, or anything like that. So for all intents and purposes, this next event for DLC 4 is going to be the final one for Call of Duty World War II. I hope Sledgehammer has a lot planned for it, because so far all we know is we are going to be getting 2 new guns, 3 if you count the one that you can get with the new division, and that seems really lame for the final event. Like, I feel as though they should have like some sort of a big grand finale for Call of Duty World War II that adds a bunch of really fun content to the game. It just kind of gives us a really cool sending away party as we get ready for Black Ops 4. But of course, time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. As of right now, Sledgehammer Games has not officially mentioned anything about the new event. We just know of the 2 new weapons that can be accessed by using the Wanderlust basic training. And speaking of new content, a lot of people keep asking me to discuss the new Commando division, which just came out yesterday. Though, like I told you guys, I've been playing a ton of Modern Warfare 2, so I haven't really had a lot of time to develop my full opinion on the Commando division. But I've got to be honest, I played around with it a lot this afternoon, and I really like the division itself. Don't get me wrong, like, I like the faster health regen, I like the bonus score, I like the fact that we could use 2 basic trainings at one time. That's all really good, but I freaking hate the Paratrooper Insert. Like, I hate that thing so much, and it's honestly getting to the point where I don't want to play World War II right now. I'd rather just go back to Modern Warfare 2, because right now it seems like 3 people on each team are using that tac insert, and it's really, really disrupting the flow of the game, at least in my opinion. So I'm seeing a lot of people saying that the Paratrooper Insert is no big deal, but I really do think it is. Right here, I'm showing you guys a perfect example of how the Paratrooper can actually be weak, right? This is the scenario a lot of people talk about. I kill the enemy player, he spawns in the sky, and I kill him again. A lot of people think, well, what's the big deal here? That's not all that hard to do. But keep in mind, guys, that doesn't really happen all the time. In my experience, which may be different than yours, but in my experience, that perfect scenario happens maybe 25% of the time. The other 75% of the time, I get a kill, and I need to immediately look up in the sky to see if they're going to come down to revenge kill me, and while I'm looking up in the sky waiting for that player to spawn, I can't defend myself on the ground from enemy players or try to take the objective or do anything like that. Here is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. As you can see, I end up dying, but I have my Paratrooper Insert down, so I spawn roughly 50 feet in the air, and the enemy player down there on the ground has to choose between trying to kill me, who is actually shooting at him, or engaging the person that's like 10 feet in front of him down there on the ground itself. There's virtually nothing he could do to actually win this situation because I'm 50 feet up here and my teammate's 50 feet down there and he's just one person on the map, right? It's a really weird situation, and that kind of gameplay is not something I'm personally a big fan of. I will say from a cinematic standpoint, it is freaking insanely fun to drop it on the map with a parachute. That's so freaking cool, especially for a World War II game. It actually fits the theme very well, but I feel as though this kind of gameplay is something that really disrupts the overall flow of the multiplayer and makes it much less enjoyable to actually play. I feel like I always need to look up in the sky for enemy players, which really gets in my way of focusing on objectives or killing people who are actually on the ground. It actually reminds me quite a bit of the old jetpack Call of Duty games, right? I never feel like I'm safe anymore when I play COD World War II, because as soon as somebody dies, I feel like I have to look up in the sky to make sure they're not trying to kill me with a sniper rifle or anything like that. I'm actually reminded of something that David Vonderhaar said when he was discussing Black Ops 4 and the decision they made to go from advanced movement to boots on the ground. Obviously, a big part of that was fan feedback, but he also said a big factor in their decision was they wanted to eliminate those annoying deaths from people who were outside your field of vision. Well, here in COD World War II, which is heralded as a true boots on the ground old school Call of Duty game, we have people literally 50 feet in the air taking shots at us, right? And they're doing it with all sorts of different things. Some people are dropping satchels in from the sky, some people are firing grenade launchers from up there, some people are using sniper rifles, some people are using light machine guns. The one common denominator between all of them is they are all really freaking annoying to play against. I should mention there are counters to the Paratrooper Insert. Of course, you can go up there and destroy it like you could a traditional tactical insertion. You can shoot them down from the sky, you can destroy their parachute. If they take pretty much any damage whatsoever, they will die on impact. You can also use things like flat guns to make it so they can't even use their Paratrooper Insert. But if you're not countering them, they are really annoying to play against. Like I said, that situation where you're trying to take the objective and you have to deal with people in the sky as well as on the ground, it really does stack the deck against you, which is something I'm not personally looking for while playing Call of Duty World War II. So those are my thoughts and feelings so far on the Commando division. If you take away the Paratrooper Insert, it's actually a very good division, but that insert makes things really annoying in the vast majority of situations, though I will say it's going to get better, right? The same thing happened when the Cavalry division came out. When the Cavalry division first became a thing, pretty much everybody was running around with riot shields all the time. Like 3 people on each team are using riot shields, and I remember seeing a lot of people saying that killed the game for them. A lot of people stopped playing Call of Duty World War II because it was infested with all those riot shields, but I told everybody to relax. It was going to get better, and it did, right? The reason why there was such a huge influx at first was 1, because it was a brand new division, but 2, because a new weapon was locked behind prestiging that division, therefore lots of people are going to use it, right? I think the same thing is true of the Commando division. I think in 1 week's time, a lot less people are actually going to be using it, and I'm excited to see how the meta is going to change after that actually takes effect, right? Because as of right now, the meta is all over the place. Everybody's just flying around in the sky. It's a really weird situation, but in 1 week's time, when that dies down quite a bit and people go back to using the tried and trues like armored and airborne and infantry and mountain, I wonder how good that Paratrooper Insert is actually going to be. If only one person on the other team is using it, is it going to be that big of a deal? Are you yourself going to be able to want to use it? Is it actually going to be all that powerful? Time will tell, I suppose, but my first impressions are it's really freaking annoying to play against, and I'd love to hear what you guys think down there in the comment section below. But to be perfectly honest, guys, I think I'm still going to be spending the majority of my time playing Modern Warfare 2. I made a whole new account to go back and re-level up in that game. I'm having so much fun re-exploring Modern Warfare 2 and revisiting it and seeing how the community is adapting to it. That's been really fun for me, and I'm excited to see what's going to be happening to the future of Call of Duty World War 2 on top of that, right? I will keep you guys posted with more news and more information as it becomes available in regards to a new event for this game. Hopefully Sledgehammer Games has something pretty big for us planned, because last year when it came to at least Modern Warfare Remastered, I can't speak for Infinite Warfare because I didn't play that game, but when it came to Modern Warfare Remastered, everybody was so hyped because we all thought thought we were going to be getting a Halloween event for that game. We thought they were going to bring back this Halloween version of Overgrown that was briefly showed by Infinity Ward before the game even came out back in 2007. We had such high hopes for the end of Modern Warfare Remastered, but then nothing happened. The game just basically fizzled out. There was no grand finale, like I said, and I'm hoping they do that for Call of Duty World War II. I'm hoping they send this game out with a bang before Black Ops 4, but of course, time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.